What's up, everybody? This is Danny Mathematics again. Today I want to go over examples 5 and example 6 of how to solve multi-step equations. All right, so I want us to go ahead and start off with example number 5. You already know the first step that we do is we always draw the fence going through the equal sign because we want to split up the room, okay? Now the next thing that we want to do is, I see that we have a lot of different terms. Before we move forward, I think it's best for us to combine like terms, okay? So let's go ahead and start combining like terms. Negative 5w and 7w are like terms. So we could actually add these two terms together, okay? 18, which is just a constant, and negative 4 are like terms. So we can put those terms together, okay? So let's go ahead and start with 18 minus 4. 18 minus 4 is 14. So 18 minus 4 is 14. Okay? And actually, let me write it a little closer. 14. And negative 5w plus 7w is plus 2w, or positive 2w. Okay? All equal 28. So far, we did one major step, which was to combine all like terms. And this is a great step that we need to always conduct moving forward as we solve problems like this, because this is definitely a multi-step equation. All right, now what I want to do is label each side. I see that 2 and w are in a relationship. The type of relationship is the multiplication operation, okay, because it's saying 2 times w. So they're in a multiplication relationship, which means that whenever they break up, they're going to do the opposite of multiplying, which is divide. That's how they break up. So they'll do the opposite, which is divide. Okay? So since this is our relationship right here, let's just go ahead and label this side as the relationship side. Because remember, we're splitting up the room to where everybody, or all terms that are in relationships on one side, all single terms and values are on the opposite side. Okay? And then of course the opposite side, which is the right side, is the single side. Okay, now 2 times w is in a relationship, so it's on its correct side. But as you notice, 14 does not have a variable attached to it, so it's not in a relationship, it's single. So we need to move 14 to the single side. So the inverse of positive 14 is negative 14. So I'm gonna subtract 14 on both sides. All right, so now since I've done that, now I have 2w equals 28 minus 14 is 14. Okay, so now I have 2w equals 14. Now it's time for the breakup, because it's now, in order for us to find out the true value of w, we have to break up 2 from w, okay? And since the relationship was based on multiplication, the breakup is going to be based on division. So we're going to divide both sides by 2, because 2 is breaking up with w. 2w divided by 2 is just w, and 14 divided by 2 is 7. So the value of w within this equation is 7, okay? We have one more example over here. Same thing. Let's go ahead and label the sides. As I notice, I have a relationship on the left side and a relationship on the right side. 12x is in a relationship, and negative 8.5 and x are in a relationship. So let's just go ahead and just classify one of the sides as relationships, and we know that we're going to have to switch some things around, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and label this side as my relationship side. And once again, relationships just mean that it's the variable and the coefficient, which is the value attached to the variable. So I just call that a relationship because it looks like they are holding hands, okay? And then, of course, the opposite side is just all my constants, or all my single numbers. All my singles, okay? So let's go ahead and start combining like terms. I can combine 36 and 6 together. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. So I still have 12x. 36 plus 6 is 42. Okay, so I combine these two like terms together. So now I have 12x plus 42 equals negative 8.5x minus 40. Okay? Now, everything, all my like terms are combined. Now it's all about moving things to their appropriate sides. Okay, 12 times X is in a relationship, so we're on the relationship side, we're good. 42 is not in a relationship, it's single, so it needs to move to the single side. So the opposite of saying plus 42 is minus 42. So I'm gonna have to subtract 42 on both sides. Okay, so now everything else comes down. I still have a 12x equals negative 8.5x. Whenever you have two negative numbers, just add them like positives, but keep the negative sign. So 40 plus 42 is 82, but in this case, it's gonna be a negative 82. All right, so far I have 12x equals negative 8.5x minus 82. As we notice, negative 8.5x is in a relationship, but it's on the single side. So we gotta move these values, this value over to this side, okay? So once again, the opposite operation, the inverse operation or the opposite operation of negative 8.5x is plus 8.5x. Plus 8.5x. Okay, so now, since I have a plus 8.5x, 12x plus 8.5x is 20.5x. So now I have 20.5x equals a negative 82. Okay, so now I'm down to my last and final step, which I need to, in order for us to find out the value of x, it has to break up with 20.5. So in order to do that, we have to do the inverse operation of their relationship. It's actually saying 20.5 times x, right? So the opposite of that is divide, right? So I'm going to divide both sides by 20.5. So 20.5x divided by 20.5 is this x. And let me get my calculator. And then we're going to divide 82 divided by 20.5, which is a negative 4. So x in this case equals a negative 4. Okay? So once again, this is example 5 and example 6 of multi-step equations. I will come out with another 2 examples in the next video. Thank you. Talk to you next time.